Welcome back to American Agenda. Targeting Trump, the next generation. It is time now for the other view. Barron Trump, son of the former president and first lady, celebrated his 18th birthday yesterday, and his gift? He was called out by a former NBC executive on social media platform X. The guy's name, Mike Singleton, who now describes himself as a lifestyle and pop culture expert, has since taken down the post that said Barron is now fair game that he is 18. Now, Singleton explaining to Newsweek that he meant, well, no, as an adult, Barron can now receive criticism from the press. Singleton adding, as you can see, he did not want to harm him. I think that's super creepy and just frankly mean. Joining me now to discuss, Project 21 member DawnMarie Boursiquot and Rebecca Walzer back with us in studio. Great to have you both with us. Rebecca, I'm going to start to you. Absolutely obnoxious for this random guy, especially a former executive, to say that someone who just turned 18 is now fair game. What do you think?
You know, Katrina, the dichotomy of how the left and the progressives treat Republican children versus how they treat, the Democratic children. Hunter Biden is the best example. When we have a person who has on record, on video that's public, in the public domain, them using illegal substances, them participating in illegal transactions with women, when we have these kinds of things and you see almost an obfuscation of that, a tapping down of that, like let's censor that and not have that out in the public domain, but when Barron Trump turns 18, let's go ahead and tell the world that now he's fair game. It's disgusting, and I'm tired of the double standard. People need to call it out. It's like the Republican side, I hate to say it, but they don't defend their own, and they don't go after saying this is egregious and beyond the pale, and this is not civilized society.
Yeah, I mean, leave him alone, I say.
Jeez.
DawnMarie, some critics of Singleton's really bizarre post saying the comment could also be construed as sexual in nature, kind of implying that he is now of legal consent age. Do you see it that way?
Nonsense. Absolute nonsense. They want to find something else to come after Donald Trump about, because the older children have already grown. They've gone through school. Looking at how Barron Trump has been educated, the left, the other side is going to try to attack that. They're going to try to use it against them because, he can't relate. It is absolutely unfair. They're going to try to vilify this family for their ability to provide their son with a quality, exceptional education. They want to find other reasons and tactics to come against this family for any possible reason.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. I want to move on to this, but also I learned that our Barron Trump is 6 feet 7 inches tall. He's very, very tall. Anyway, I was impressed by that. All right. Also want to move on to this. For the first time ever, the United States has fallen out of the world's top 20 happiest countries list. Now, that's just sad. Finland tops the list, while the United States comes in all the way at 23. Researchers say what's more surprising here is that younger Americans are unhappier than older Americans. I don't know. What do you think, Rebecca? Is it an age thing? Do you think it's what's going on in our society? Like nobody's nice. Just like that Barron Trump thing.
I'm so glad you found out he's 6'7", though. I wanted to know because he's so tall. I'm so glad you found out. I think that Katrina, it's just, I'm sorry, I completely went off of Barron 6'7".
No, that's totally fine. Yeah.
So what we were talking about.
Yeah, just not being people not being
oh
happy.
Oh my gosh,
in
this
the
is the first time that we've ever dropped out of the top 20. Yeah. I think Gen Z is looking at TikTok for their news. TikTok is definitely not a U.S. social media app. It's obviously different. It's run by the CCP. And so there is some concerns through ownership. There's concerns there about TikTok. That's why we're talking about TikTok as, divesting from China. But yes, Katrina, when you're looking at TikTok for your news, that's not going to be a great source.
Yeah, with 10 seconds left, DawnMarie, final word.
We are a nation that has lost identity. The older generation knew who they were. They had standards. And now we have a bunch of mishmash, wish-wash, and these young people don't know where to turn. They don't know what to believe in.
So
People
true.
need standards, morality, so that begins to dissipate all the other issues of loneliness and unhappiness.
All right, well,
Let's
hopefully
give them back their identity.
Well, hopefully we can turn that around. Rebecca Walzer, DawnMarie Boursiquot, great conversation. Thanks for joining me on The Other View.